No horse had won 3 Melbourne Cups. In fact, it was thought near impossible considering the handicap conditions. That all changed on the 1st of November 2005. Makybe Diva entered the Flemington enclosure about 20 minutes before the start. And from that point on, all eyes, whether at the track or on television, were firmly focused on her. The crowd could sense something out of this world was about to happen. The anticipation was at fever pitch as the gates opened.
Makybe Diva going to the second half of the field, but has already got over about 2 or 3 away from the rails at the very least. Franklin's Gardens wide out, and Gazelle with Mr. Celebrity. They're all going forward as they come past the 400 the first time. He's got Makybe Diva one off the rails. And Portland Singer has the lead early in the Cup. Not going all that fast, led from Beulah deep around Strasbourg. Mr. Celebrity's out 4 wide. And Gazelle's up about 5 wide. Lachlan River in behind them, followed by Eye-Popper, who's well placed down to the judge. Franklin's Gardens is around the Japanese runner. 1.5 further back, then Envoy on the inside of Demerger, and Gray's in with distinction 4 deep as they leave the straight. Back behind these horses then is Hugs Dancer, who's outside Railings, and then came Vinnie Rowe as they leave the straight from Kinjal. Then Makybe Diva, who's on the rails now. Great piece of riding by Bossy as they leave the straight to the 2000. Jeune next, followed then by Rise On, 1.5 lengths to Excellent. Vouvray. Behind them is Dizel. Second last then Like a Falcon. And Kamsky last of all. About 1900 left to go in the Cup now. And the leader is now Mr. Celebrity's gone around the field to take up the running by about 1.5 lengths. Gazelle is second. Beulah is third. 1.5 lengths further back then came Portland Singer, being followed by Lachlan River. Eye-Popper is next with Strasbourg over on his inside. Franklin's Gardens is out 3 wide. 1 further back is Envoy. Demerger the centre, and Gray's in is travelling wide past the 1600. Next is Kinjal on the inside with distinction deep around the outside. Railings in the middle. 1.5 lengths further back, Makybe Diva. Back there in company at the 1400 with her is Vinnie Rowe and Hugs Dancer on the outside. 1/2 length away then on the outside of Makybe Diva came Dizel from Jeune. Like a Falcon starting to make a little bit of ground on the outside of Rise On. And then Excellent Kamsky and Vouvray last of all. About 1,100 left to go. Mr. Celebrity is the leader by a length to Portland Singer second. 1 Beulah. Eye-Popper a handy fourth. The outside a length Gazelle. Being followed at the 1,000-metre mark then by Lachlan River and Strasbourg together. Next, Gray's in, starting to make some ground from Envoy, and further back is Demerger, 2 lengths distinction. They're trailed then by Railings and Kinjal, Vinnie Rowe. Makybe Diva still well back on the inside as they come to the turn, followed by Dizel, Rise On, Hugs Dancer, Vouvray, Excellent and Kamsky towards the end. Like a Falcon coming around them, and Franklin's Gardens has dropped out. 500 left to go, coming around the home turn now. Portland Singer got to the lead from Mr. Celebrity. Eye-Popper's running on, and then Strasbourg. Back behind those horses now as they come down the straight was Vinnie Rowe, and back behind them here's Makybe Diva. A nation roars for a hero. She's starting to wind up. 300 left to go now. Makybe Diva's racing up. Envoy's trying to go with her. They've got to Portland Singer and Lachlan River. Here comes Like a Falcon and Excellent, but Makybe Diva clear with 100 metres to go. Excellent runs to second. Jeune runs on, but a champion becomes a legend.
Makybe Diva was destined to do this, just the way that Glen was destined to give her the perfect ride, and the same way in which Lee Freedman was destined to turn her into a legend. There could be no more fitting way for the great mare to bow out of racing. Her place in the annals of Australian sport now sealed, and the story of Makybe Diva to live on forever. It had been a long time coming, but in 2006 the Japanese were here, and they weren't coming down under for a holiday. They'd fired a warning shot the year before, when Eye-Popper almost won the Caulfield Cup. And this time they brought 2 of their most accomplished stayers in Delta Blues and Pop Rock, both millionaires in their home nation. What happened next opened the eyes of many Australian racing fans.
Delta Blues showing speed with Mandela. Zarbeat coming over from the outside and further out on the track, making some ground early, zipping, trying to get across to get a spot. Delta Blues onto the course, proper leads from Mandela, and Landon Stars went up third. Wider out of Zarbeat from short course, followed further back in the race by Zipping. Maybe better just getting back along the inside, settling down from Martoom. Kerry O'Reilly, Yates one off the fence, and they're followed by Railings. Then came Pop Rock, one off the rail. Ice Chariot the inside. Further back, Head Turner. Further back, Activation. Geordie Landers on the rail. Glistening 3 deep early. Torqueda's got back inside Dolphin Joe. Then Arc Success, followed further back by Jeune. Demerger and Dizelis last of all. Czar Beat the Boulder goes to the front of the Melbourne Cup and out of the straight leads 2 lengths. Delta Blues gets a good run up second. A length further back then came zipping third. Mandela fourth from Land and Stars. They're followed by Short Pause. Yates is 3 deep around Martoon. Maybe better the inside, a length and a half railings. Outside of Kerry O'Reilly, 1 further back, Pop Rock. The inside Ice Chariot. Geordie Land had to get a squeeze there and ease back. Around it goes Glistening, followed on the outside by Head Turner. 1 further back, Activation, a half to Torquay, 2 to Dolphin Joe. Then Art Success, followed by Dizel and Jeune, and Demerger last of all up the riverside, and Yates the first one to make a move. The Irish galloper Yates is striding forward where the leader is Czar Beat, but Yates has moved up on the outside to be up running second. Delta Blues is running third, a length further back, then came on the outside zipping fourth, a length into Mandela fifth, then Short Pause followed by Land and Stars, further back than Martoon, maybe better the inside 2 then to Kerry O'Reilly, further back than Railings, a length into Pop Rock. They're followed by Ice Chariot on the inside and Glistening 3 deep. Then Head Turner, further back Geordie Land. They're followed by Activation. Torquay a long way back with Dolphin Joe. Art Success, 2 lengths to Jeune, followed by Dizel, and 2 to Demerger last of all. In the Melbourne Cup at Chiquita Lodge, and they're strung right out. The Bolter in front. It's Czar Beat by nearly a length. 2 Yates on the outside. 2 lengths further back, Delta Blues running third. 2 lengths further back, then zipping fourth. A length further back as they string out as Mandela. Then Short Pause, further back, then Land and Stars, followed by Maybe Better and Martoon as Yates takes Yates on. Yates takes the lead now from Czar Beat as they come up with about 850 metres to go. And Yates has got its head in front of the outside of Czar Beat. 2 lengths to Delta Blues, the Japanese horse third. They're followed by zipping fourth. Then came Mandela. A gap in the field further back. Short Pause, Maybe Better, Land and Stars. Then Pop Rock followed by Martoon. Where's Torqueda's a mile back but coming around the turn. And Yates is first for home for Island. Straightens a length in front, but Delta Blues is ranging quickly. Goes up now to Yates over on the inside, still battling on his Mandela. And down the outside in the cup, then coming with a run is Maybe Better, starting to come home well, and so is Pop Rock. Delta Blues has raced 2 lengths in front of Zipping. Maybe Better and Pop Rock on the outside. Delta Blues the leader. Pop Rock, the Japanese horse, going after the Delta Blues. Delta Blues and Pop Rock for Japan. They're fighting it out. Oliver's moved up on the outside on Pop Rock. Delta Blues fighting back. Delta Blues, Pop Rock. Delta Blues wins the cup and nose to Pop Rock.
A pioneering victory for the Japanese. Delta Blues staving off Pop Rock, and it looked like Oliver would drive the latter to victory in the last 200. EI and quarantine factors have essentially denied them a chance to follow up on that historic triumph in the years since. But there's no doubt the Japanese will be back in full force for another crack at our holy grail of racing.